What's going on, everybody? What's happening? How are you guys all doing today? My name is Brian, if you're new around here. And if you're not, you are beautiful, amazing, smashing, and wonderful. That's what you get for subscribing, by the way. Free compliments at the start of these live streams. Should count it down. So I got 2 clients up and running. This is my 6th time starting over. So, just a couple of rules as we get into this. I don't know if we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV tonight, so this is going to be kind of us hanging out, hopefully having at least, I guess misery loves company kind of mindset. I've gotten below 1,000 before I get the 2002. So, I'll probably make a direct post of this, but if anybody saw kind of the video before the stream live, just note that I'm officially scheduled my story to play through for December the 17th. Prior to that, I can't spoil anything for you. I have no idea what's going on in the story. I have not been able to, unfortunately, spend time with it. And that's why I ended up calling the audible that I called. I was really, really, really hoping that this update that they pushed out last night would fix the getting us kicked out of queue problem. So it didn't, clearly, and so that's really unfortunate. I do want to say shout out and thanks so much to the community. I did my PS5 controller did show up. I don't have it hooked up. I'm not going to mess with it right now. I just got it and unpacked it, and I absolutely adore the feel of it. Like, it feels really solid. Really solid. So thank you guys so much for the support. I believe, it was NBN, N Nancy, or M as in Mary, B as in Bravo, N as in Nancy, B as in Bravo. Thank you so much. Pretty much super chatted most of the cost of that, and then you guys have been obviously very supportive. Now, if people come in and decide to be jerks, now, again, I would say overall the community is incredibly supportive, incredibly protective, but we, like anywhere, about to cough. We've got, no shortage of trolls and people who want to just ruin experiences for people for fun. I don't know why, but that's their method of fun. If that becomes a problem, hey Terry, what's going on, Sandra? What's going on, Simply? I saw that you just hit that membership button, so thank you. Flup, how you doing, bud? Note that I'm not intending that this stream or our chatting streams, because there's nothing really but looking at a giant number counting down. I don't want to take this to a members only. I like hanging out with you guys for free, but the announcement ultimately is on the 17th. That's going to be the way the chat is, just so I don't get people coming in and messing with it. However, there's going to be a free option, and that's going to be over on Twitch. Chris will actually be live reacting to my story playthrough. Now, obviously, I won't be able to finish the expansion all on that Friday, so it's going to be probably a couple of day long event, and I hope that you get to join us. So if you want to go talk full spoilers, we have a place for you right then and there that you can do so for free. If you want to chat with me while I'm going through that experience, just note that I won't be engaging with chat during cutscenes and dialogue and things like that. I really like to get immersed into the game and into the world, and hopefully that's something that you guys will enjoy as well. K Black Dragon, Ryan, Zarin, Ale, how y'all doing? So we're gonna talk. Obviously, I was in here, and obviously for the longest time I've been saying, if you guys don't get mad at the game, pivot. I can only control how I my reaction to things, right? I cannot will more servers to turn on. I cannot will things to be different, so I've seen a lot of talk going Square Enix should have done this 10 months ago. Okay, yeah, we can definitely vent that frustration, but unless you have that ability, that's just the way I approach it. So since I can only control me in these situations, I tend to not I tend to do something else. I'm just all right, I can't do this. I want to, the reason I'm logged in tonight is that we had the last update from Yoshi P, and I want to see if I cannot beat this boss. And I know that's probably not the most compelling gameplay that I want to be playing, that I want. I think that's so. It's such this weird level of tragedy in this moment, because the game is good, right? Like Final Fantasy XIV is worth waiting. You know, it's worth this queue. And if I could stop having the Q boss freaking one shot me, I think that would be that'd be pretty good. Like, maybe I'm nuts. Anyway, so also Redline was wanting a new emote, so because y'all have supported, and it looks like we're at 151 of our goal of 200 for members, I've added a couple of new. I've added a new emote, the dragon that you guys see in the intro of the videos, so that is a part of there for you. If you guys have that emote now, I'd love to see that in chat if at all possible. So check out that new emote. I hope it looks good in the chat window. And so also we've commissioned some more emotes and stuff like that to have fun with that. And so that's the yes, thank you, Terry, thank you, Be Righteous. So here I am, like, I want to play this game. I want, honestly, right now, like, if I could log in, I'm Omni 80 again, I got Sage and Reaper to 80. Hopefully you guys, if you've been needing the controller guides, like, I got the primers up. Let me just do this. Endwalker. If you guys want and you haven't seen the playlist, that'd be excellent. Even if you don't need the video, one of the things YouTube was literally telling me was like, yeah, most of the people not that are subscribed to you aren't clicking on this video. It's like, I wouldn't expect that, right? Like, but if you get the opportunity and you don't mind, that would help out those videos dramatically in terms of how, I guess, the YouTube algorithm ultimately works. Also, thank you guys for the 30 likes on this stream. I really appreciate the support. You being here, you just kind of chatting right now, is so much support. That's why I was very hesitant on doing the my story playthrough as members only, and that's when Chris and I kind of said, well, if they want to talk spoilers, like, they just go over on Twitch. So guys, that's the plan as of now. So I asked that, with chat, just don't talk about spoilers. I don't want to know if you liked the game. I don't want to know if you hated the game. I don't want to know what your favorite zone was. I don't want to know what your favorite moment was. I don't want to know that even when I do your favorite moment, that was your favorite moment. Once the curtains call, once the credits roll, like, yes, tell me what your favorite moment was. Tell me. And that's where this is such a weird experience for me, because typically I'm always like charging forward through the story, and I just haven't obviously had the ability. And once I realized that over the weekend, I think that was a really good, important part, because I think I would be mad, or I would be more upset now if every time I was like, great, I get to go play the story. Oh, no, you don't. Like, it's like, oh, hey, you're like, it would probably cause me to play to an unhealthy level, and that's just not good whatsoever. Shane joining in as a member. Thank you so much, Shane, for that. Hopefully you enjoy your emotes. Hopefully you enjoy your new badge, and be sure, if you're connected into our Discord, you'll have a new special role over there on Discord. So I appreciate that. Now, if we do actually get a goal of 200, my plan is to give away, every time I kind of hit a member goal, I want to give away a copy, a complete edition of Endwalker. So that's essentially what I would like to do with that, with that support that you guys are giving me and supporting me and my family directly. Just so you know, like, I'm not ignoring chat, but this has been me on the internet this entire time since Endwalker launched. I have really good vision, but I've been squinting. I don't know if you guys can see it because my eyes are closed and I can't see myself in the monitor, but that's how I approach. I'm like, I'm going to pull up this DM. And then, okay, like, no images. Okay. Nobody sent me an image. Okay. Then I peruse the text for a couple like key phrases, right? Like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but like, if I see that, I'm like, oh, I'm not reading anything else. I'm out. Not going to look at it. So I've been kind of having this weird relationship with the internet that I was very fearful of going into this week, because I was like, I do not for the life of me know how I, as somebody who does all, like, my job as a software engineer on the internet and having to Google and having, recommendations and things like that pop up. If I pull up, I need to find a YouTube video on this thing, I'm like, this API that's not connecting or something like that. And it's like, all right. And then I was like, oh, Bellular. Oh no, God, Bellular posted. Okay, good. Okay, thumbnail's okay. All right, moving on to the next. Okay, you know, like dadgum. And so like I would even say Hex. And again, like I'm not gonna sit here and like I'm not gonna be so like critical, but I just want to say try to set a tone. I don't even want to know if it's a good story, right? Like I literally I know I'm asking a lot. I know I'm asking a lot, right? This is a weird position to be in as somebody who makes content around this game as well as a few others, but namely, like, you know, when you think of me, like I think the majority of people are like, hey, I saw it today, guys, you have the privilege. I have a special announcement. I saw this in the comments. You have the privilege of watching the worst Final Fantasy content creator. We did it. We did it. I love comments like that. They just like, okay. If there was a vote, I feel honored to even be considered or nominated. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. I've been sequestered, right? And anytime I have to kind of poke my head back out, like even in here, I literally am just kind of like, I scan. And if we start seeing people, you know, like violate this kind of rule, I have it actually set to 5 minutes. You have to literally be subscribed for 5 minutes before you can chat. It's just another hurdle. And that's where it's like, all right, I don't know what's going on. Reckless Gambit joining at a tier 2. Thank you so much for that support. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy your badge. It looks like Reckless, you've been a member before, so it's got your little dragon hatching out of the egg. So thank you so much for that support. Thanks for coming back. In that regards, also be sure to check the Discord server, so you should have that role. We might do something special or something like that. I put out a members only poll the other day, talking about putting out some you know, like when it comes down to exclusive videos or content, just note that I'm sitting here just questioning, like, you know, I think essentially talking to the members is like, if I make a members only post, I think maybe I'll keep it as a members only thing for like a week, because I don't want essentially, because that does limit me. Like if I was going to make something that I thought would benefit everybody, I don't want to just like put it behind members and only make that a paid tier. Like absolutely not. So essentially I think talking with the members, we would do some kind of like time thing. So that gives me a little bit more flexibility in what I want to make, because yeah, that's thank you guys. Hopefully that's going to be okay. And then we'll also have like, you know, we'll start introducing maybe like kind of a members game night or something like that, where we're all just, you know, pick a game, you know, and have it as members only. So trying to make something, you know, as a thank you. My wife tells me to stream more the more that we see these green name badges in chat. 2 months, yes. Not a huge ask. Strike them down. The spoilers. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're not gonna accept any of it. You'd love a 1K queue. I keep getting to 1K, man. I keep getting to 1K, dude. Hey, yeah, fight the power, beat the Q boss, be righteous with us. 6 months, man. You've been supporting here for 6 months, you legend. I'm really glad that YouTube made that change. It looks like literally we're gonna be getting into 2022, and they're gonna be like, hey, hey Justin, how you doing, man? Right now the queue. Well, right now I feel like the queue is in ultimate mode. I've beaten it down from 4,000, I think, 4 times. When I started, the first queue I got into was 3,000, and then it kicked me, and then it kicked me, and then it kicked me, and so I keep getting down into the thousands, and that's essentially where we are today. And so Julie's like, are you sure? Like, you want, like, I want to play this game, and I want to beat the Q boss. I want to know that I can beat the Q boss, because if we spend all night and I am still in this queue, if we do that, like, that's untenable. That's not sustainable. That is not 7 days worth of, like, you know, subscription time. Like, that is the game going into a free to play model until they can get all of these people done, as a way of motivating whatever powers that be need that have the pocket of the purse, which Yoshi P has said Square Enix will spare no expense. So, you know, what train do we need to go, like, hold up and get that silicon, you know? Like, it's the whole new Wild West in IT worlds right now. Everybody's like, all right, you want that silicon? It's the price of gold. Oh, now it's the price of oil. Now it's the price of diamonds. You think you do, but you don't. We do not want more streams from this gingerly man. I don't know if that was the context of what you're talking about. You want me to rap over this beat? Yeah. Yeah, let's drop that. Let's drop that. Let's drop that motherfucking beat, baby. Don't you know? And tonight, hey, we go 35, 59. Hey, going hard. Trying to make it. Trying to beat the Q boss. Don't take any shit from the desk. Don't want to just out. Come on now. No 2002. I don't want to see you. Don't want to see you. I'm kind of mad. This feels kind of good. Don't you know? Just let me to the go now. Let me to the kill now. Let me to the go to the kill now. I just want to play as a Reaper. Reaper. That's for you. That's for you. Hi, 50 Cent. I am not. I'm too pale. I'm too frail. I don't rhyme all the time. I got kids. I got a job and a mortgage. What do I have to complain about? I get laid all the time. Don't you know it? 5 kids and I'm gonna show it. Hey, I'm a middle-aged man. It's time to play games, y'all. I'm a middle-aged man. Gonna time to play games, y'all. I'm just blowing off some steam. All right. Oh my gosh, yes. Somebody clipped some of that. We have a clips channel, and if you guys don't know, like if you guys clip here on YouTube, unfortunately I can't see your clips. YouTube is still an indie studio, and after all, so if you go and make a clip, just drop those over in the Discord. So then that way I can get my manager to help me maybe turn those into some shorts or something like that. All right, Q Extreme 3209. 3209. Little Ginger Pump. Oh, thanks guys. Yeah, thank you for the 83 likes. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me as I blow off some steam as we count this thing down. Oh, and I'm sorry, I missed a member. Pom Top Tiger, dude. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that support. If for some reason I did miss anybody during that ridiculous sauce there that we just experienced together, I apologize. Whatever. I was thinking about it, but Julie was asking, she's like, why don't you just play some Halo with us? And I was like, I would. Last time I was playing New World and I was doing this, and then like I'd get the 2002, and it's like I literally want to be focusing on this. Focusing, it's the new word of the day. Just hashtag that, please. I want to focus in on this like it's an ultimate boss, so that I can sit here and say, like, I gave it my best. Can I beat this son of a bitch? Halo campaign stream would be when they add the campaign co-op. Campaign co-op, no Halo stream. No, I'm not gonna play it as a single player game. I'm sorry. Campaign co-op, it's kind of the what is that? That Drake meme? No campaign co-op? Campaign co-op. Gamer Dude 22 with a 5 spot. Here's some gil, so you can fill up the limit break gauge to LB3 down that Q boss in Unreal Trial. Thank you so much for that support, man. And from Julie, she says, thank you so much. Dude, man. I was so hopeful. I was in a queue today at 2000 and I got through it. Like at 3, I just all right, I'm gonna queue up. People on the East Coast should be getting off work. And it's like, great, I'm in. Let's go. All right, cool. Guys, maybe this is tonight. Maybe tonight's the night. get off work. It's like, 5:30 Central. Log in. Oh, okay, 3,500 people. Okay, I'll come back in an hour and check on it. In an hour, I was at 1,700, and it got that 2002 error. And so then I was like, all right, that sucks. I'm gonna try again. So I've actually been trying to beat this Q boss well before hitting go live. I was so hopeful that I could say, guys, yes, it sucks. There's a 4-hour queue, but like remote it, like call your friend, be like, hey man, can you go into my place and just hit that login button for me while I commute home, make dinner, and then I can sit down and actually play this game. Rolling with a tier 2. Thank you so much for that support. Welcome. Enjoy your badge, enjoy your emotes, and enjoy your special rollover on Discord. Thanks so much for being here. For my wife Julie and myself, we thank you so much for that support. Hope is the boring route in Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. This is the anarchy route of Final Fantasy XIV. Snow, what's up, buddy? Would it be cool if I DM my huge long script? I just finished the first script, but I need someone to overview it because, man, it took me a few months. A script for what? A script for what, my friend? Yeah, like, because if you're like writing a video and as long as it has nothing to do with 14, yes. If it has anything to do with 14 right now, I'm in blackout mode. I do apologize because I would love to be talking with you guys about the story right now. I'd love to be hanging out with you guys and, sitting here and like, holy smokes, or like, what could this do? It is what it is. Well, and that's the thing, man. I have been getting up every day at 3 or 4 in the morning just so I can like try not to like fall too behind. If you guys don't know, Chris and I have been doing what we call our race to Omni 90. Chris never made Omni 80. He never made Omni 80. So I already went into this expansion with a leg up. Now I have not been able to step into Endwalker, and he has. And so he's been able to play since he's a full-time content creator and I guess a casual content creator. I don't know what you classify me as. I do not rely on this income. This income pays for like the dentist for my kids. No joke. This income helps me like try to level up like the stream with like with like different videos and things like that. So the more like y'all support, the more content you get. So if you are tired of the content, I'm sorry. Like, like, that's just how it is. Like I just get going and I go even harder. The morning's queues are fine. Like morning's queues are perfectly fine. I'm a Brian, a class all of my own. I'm trying to support too, but for some reason YouTube won't take my money. Dude, you don't have to, like, money isn't all like support. Watching videos and stuff like that is support. That like button is support. That like chatting and leaving comments is support. So I don't know what's up with YouTube in that regards, but I don't want anybody ever to feel like that. That's where I wanted to be very clear and upfront. Like, I already have had people try to spoil it for me. I've already had people try to like drop in chat, like, and it's weird. So we banned like right now. I think the total bans have been 1. I'm worried that it will go up. I hope that's all that it ends up being. But thank you so much, Matthew, for that support, dude. You're a legend. Enjoy your badges, enjoy your emotes, and enjoy your rollover in Discord. And also, we've got some stuff planned for members as well. Like I do want to put together like a member community night in which that we're like members get to play, and so I appreciate that. The queue right now is the ultimate boss. So we're under 3K now, so that means we're progging. Oh man, Colin, dude, like I've seen your name and we've hung out so much, dude. Like I know it from the bottom of my heart. That's where like I want to see some of the mixer tools come into play, because like the most hurtful comment isn't that I'm the worst Final Fantasy XIV content creator out there. Like that is actually high praise. I accept that. I was like, if that's what you want to title me as, and that's you want to tell people I'm the worst 14 content creator, thank you. Like that means the world to me. You think you're doing something bad, but you're really helping me out. The ones that mean the worst, like that hurt me deep because I don't know. It's like they're like, I've watched every one of your videos, and man, like it's like this one you lost me. Like what happened? Like, and it's like, oh man. And the thing is like I literally usually it's from a name I've never seen before, and I'm like, like, are they being truthful, or are they just saying that because, you know, like they feel like that might, you know, actually get some attention or something like that. Kerwin, hopefully I'm not butchering the name. Thanks for the 2-spot saying, hey, it won't let me join, but here's some support. Kerwin, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that support. For those of you who, like, obviously, like, the system just won't work on YouTube side, and I don't know why, note that, like, over on Twitch, free chat. So you'll be able to go when I'm streaming, hanging out with Chris and everybody, getting to react to my experience with the story completely, all no holds barred. So if you like, that's essentially, I really was like, for people who want to hang out, I don't want to sit there and cut them off. And Chris was like, well, this is an idea. I was like, that's actually a really good idea. I think that's actually a masterful idea. So if you guys aren't aware, if you aren't already following over on Twitch, the link is in the description of this video. And then when we do the 17th, and so for those who don't know, it is the 17th. That is when I kick this thing off. Merrick. Have you been following over on Ginger Gaming Radio, or are you just listening to random podcasts? Speaking of podcast, I'm going to put the link in there. We got on the 16th with Epic Loot Radio, Josh Strife Hayes, Lono from SNTR Presents, and Chris from Gaming Kinda and Work to Game. We're going to have a nice roundtable talking about MMOs 2021, 2022. Should be a really fun show. So if you guys are subscribed to the podcast channel, there's the link right there. If you're not, we're coming up on 3,000 subs over there. So I do appreciate the support. Josh is a draw, baby. I don't know what that means. Love. No, what it means for me, like when people say that, it's that at least they're thinking about me. Like, I don't know if that's weird, but it's like, if they have that opinion, like, I don't see myself as the worst. So either there's somebody who just believes what they hear, because we had that whole issue with that one guy this year that was saying like I was stealing his stuff, and it's like, I've never ever heard of you. And it's like, he's like, I've been posting controller guides for, you know, since, you know, it's July. And I'm like, I've been posting them for 3 years, buddy. Like, I've never heard of you. Like, I'm, you know, and it was just like a whole ordeal. And so it's just like, that's the stuff that like hurts me. It's like, what are you talking about? And that's the stuff that scares me, because one of the things that I see time and time again, it's that these little backroom whispers are like, you know, like, oh, I heard that Brian is this. And it's like, yeah. And then they hear some other rumor, and oh, I hear Brian's that. And it's like, well, I already believe the first thing. I'm going to just believe the second thing. And all of a sudden you're like, somebody coming in, like, you're just the worst human being. It's like, okay, I get it. Without evidence. It is what it is. Yeah, it's the sorry, not sorry. It's like the I read this on a forum post, and therefore it must be true. Oh man, Thorvac, don't worry about it, dude. Like, it doesn't literally bother me. I think it's high praise. No, feared. And I'm probably butchering it. Feathermere. No, I've gotten 2002'd. I think this, if I get it again, this would be, I've gotten it 4 times tonight. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. Well, that's how it starts. So hate it. Well, like, and the thing is, haters gonna hate. You gotta love the haters, man. I think they're the ones who need more love than anybody else. Let's not badmouth anybody. It's perfectly fine for people to have opinions, you know, in that regards, but like, no, we don't be needing to be name calling and things like that. Like, you know, we can just let him do what he does. You know, it's like everybody's going to have a preference of who they prefer. I think more content creators is a great option. What's up, Alistair? Welcome to the channel, guys. Get some love and chat for Alistair. Just subscribed 2 days ago. Welcome to the Soul Nation, man. Hopefully you've been enjoying your free compliments at the start of videos. Occasionally I do titles, but I've gotten a lot of people going like, how do I unlock this title in game? And I'm like, oh, I need to make sure it's very clear. This is an ephemeral title. This is ethereal. What's up, Richard? How you doing, dude? I've got another client up and running that I plan on. If I hit 2002, I'm just going to try to pick it right up from there. Guillermo is at 729. Yay. If I could play for any bit of time, tonight. If I could play for any bit of time tonight, that would be amazing. You don't want to play anymore. Oh man, that's the thing. It's like after. All right, keep going, baby, keep going. Like if I hit this queue and I finish it, and it's like, all right, I did 30 minutes. Gotta sleep. Thanks, you Pixel. Thank you. If you could quote anything from Just Drive Haze, it'd be no. Tonight has been 1700. I was like 1749. Anytime play tonight would be great. Like I got a couple of like, if I could play some tonight, that means I don't have to get at the ass crack of dawn at 4 a.m. tomorrow, just so I can log in and try to get these, dailies. So I'll show you guys in game, but as a kind of a heads up preview of what and how I actually am playing it, because I want to have enough time to really sink my teeth into Endwalker. But I literally have been just like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure I get my daily bonuses for whatever they are. So if it's a tank queue, and right now it is, I'm going to put it on a tank. If it's a DPS queue, right now I'm going to put it on DPS. I just want to keep making sure I'm not dropping experience windows. And I enjoy that. One of the things that I really enjoy about expansion time is that XP has a value, and I love XP. I'm a huge XP nerd, man. And so it just makes me excited because I'm just like leveling up, dinging over here, dinging over there. I think my culinarian's almost 84. I think my botanist is like 82. My fisher is 82, or maybe my miner, one of the two. And so I'm just progging a little bit. So if I get in, like it might be like a couple of roulettes. And if anybody needs a fast queue, like I'm going to take whatever the extra bonus is. So note that I wouldn't do a 4-man. I would do a 3-man just so I can get that extra bonus. And, but yeah, like if anybody was like, oh man, I'm going to Reaper. It's like, come on, I'm tanking or something like that. Unless it was like a DPS queue, then I'm like, oh, now I'm going to run Summoner because I want to get Summoner to 81. My ideal right now is that how many jobs can I get to 81 before actually starting the story? And then that way, essentially, like whenever I get back into the actual like grinding the leveling process, like they're already ready to go. It's not like, okay, I got to get a level before I can, start, putting myself in the highest level dungeon. But I don't know how well that's good. Like the co-op's going to transfer based off of its kind of open world flup, but they said that's coming in May, so they've already got plans for it. So if I can go over here and you can go over there, and I think that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, see, like that's just been my experience so far. Like if it's not, like I even logged in at lunch, so I think I made a video. Oh yeah, so if you guys watched my video that I posted this afternoon, like I literally sat in queue after lunch. So this was like noon, and I just recorded how long it took me to get through the queue. It was like an hour and 5 minutes at lunch, non-peak time. Like I think peak times are becoming just more peak time. Oh, congrats, Fit. Yeah, we're in the 2K. We started in 4K. Problem isn't the number. Problem is the yeeting me out of the line. I do too, Nick. I do too. I don't know why, and I just wonder that if it just was easier, less processing for them to just, shift that over to the boss rather than all the different mobs, but I miss that. We were all told by a reliable source that your videos are not fit for consumption. Feels about right. It's home gear, man. Getting that grind on. The new tome, I think, drops in 4 weeks. Whoa, sorry for the yawns. Thanks for the 150 likes, guys. I really appreciate that. Oh, they did not, Will. They did not. So we're babysitting this thing like a bad boy. So it's like, yep, just got to keep the eyes peeled. Ginger Prime is gluten-free. Yeah, if you're ever afraid or worried about tanking or healing, just let people know you're new. Just let people know you're new. Like, it sets the expectation. The problem with matchmaking is that people all get put together and they might have different expectations. So it's important to set the expectation. Hey, it's my first time here. Oh, okay. Now I'm not thinking I should probably pull as big as I can. Or maybe I'm thinking, okay, let me just kind of, you know, feel it out. More information is better. Yeah, Yoshi P was talking about that, like how there was the error which that it was basically emitting 100 people as it was supposed to, and it would randomly pick 25, so a fourth of the people getting actually sent over the server getting completely kicked out and having to start all over. I don't know if that's fixed. Hopefully that is, but the 2002 is definitely not fixed. I don't have any updates on you on that one. They had an update this morning. That's why I was really hoping that I was like, oh my gosh. It's Wednesday night. I get to play some Final Fantasy. And right now the question is that it's Wednesday night. I don't know if that's a possibility. I'm here from Shadowbringers. I'm still kind of a meh tank. So I pretend to know how it's going. Nice. DPS floor licker. Love my healers. Yeah, toss a coin to your healers. They're going to be the first people who get dumped on when things go wrong, and it might have nothing to do with them. It's like, I had one time I was like, this guy is like, I'm just going to stand in everything that's just going to kill me. And I'm like, dude, I am out of MP trying to keep you alive. It's easier for me to just let you die. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to do that to you, man, but it's not an action RPG. You don't need to spin the boss around and around and around. Flup says, last time I ran heals, the tank and one of the DPS ran ahead, kiting everything through halls. The black mage and I just trotted behind, shrugging our shoulders at each other's. Shoulders, not soldiers. You've been taking Gunbreaker and EX trials? Nice. Yeah, healers need more things for sure. They need some healing mounts, right? Yoshi P said that if they got healing mounts, then everybody else would want mounts. And I'm like, hey, I don't see a problem with that at all. Personally speaking, I'd love some healer mounts. I'd love it. Drew Cade, dude, welcome. Thanks for the tier 2 membership, man. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy your badge, enjoy your rollover on Discord, and be sure to check the community page. If you guys are ever curious, I have it called poll, but if you never checked out the community page, I've been putting out polls. That's actually going to be really important as we do, as we get ready and we start actually like truly racing Omni 90. I've been like racing with one hand tied behind my hand. Adrian with the super sticker, thank you so much. With a 20 spot. I don't know what $8 is. Maybe that's Australian dollars, but whatever. If it is Australian, good day. If it's not, I do apologize. Really appreciate that support. Invalid parameters specified. I don't know what's happening there. I think Nightbot thought I was trying to run something over there. I don't know, man. Like, there's something really nice about having it pump having that kind of relationship. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that if they're going to do something like that, I think they would have done that a long time ago. Seems like that'd be kind of a weird thing to do from now. Palmtops Kyler 94 says, I tried logging into the game earlier, waited 2 hours and got into the game. Then power went out as soon as I got into the dadgum game. The damn breaker. Oh my gosh. Palm, dude. That sucks. Like, and that's just the fact of life, right? Like, you know, like if the power went out here, like, okay, the power went out. Like, that's just something that happens. It's just exacerbated by the fact that the power isn't right now going out, and the game is just randomly gonna be like, you can't play tonight. Like, you cannot play tonight, Brian. I would love to beat this boss. You got all of 13 and 14 and about 1/3 towards 15. $4,600. I think I started at 48 in this case here on Sarg. We got another controller player, guys. Shout out to Matthew. Give him some love. Drop hearts if you remember. Drop any kind of emote. We got a convert. All right, Julie, don't distract me. Progging. We'll see. Yeah, we play on Sargatanas, Aether. I've been a part of this server since before it was called Sargatanas. It used to be called Lindblom. Legacy server. Yeah, simple fellow convert. Yes. Love all the love, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. You queue up before you get off work. You queue up before you get off work. Come on, let's get below 2,000. Come on, below 2K. I just want to play, man. I just want to play. Yeah. Why does Yoshi P have to make a good game that everybody wants to play at the same time during a pandemic of all places, in which that Silicon cannot be easily acquired to handle the obviously the surge in players? Richard says at his age, the only controller's the only way to play. Also, again, if you guys missed it earlier, it seems like we actually kind of have a great group here tonight. You guys, MBNB, did a huge, super chat that allowed me to pick up a PS5 controller. Now, I am not hooking it up tonight. I was thinking about playing it tonight, but now I'm just like, oh crap, I don't want to plug in anything that ends up just like saying, blip, oops, we made an error or something like that. So I'm going to stick with old trusty over here. 1 second. $5K to $2K. There we go. It's like, how can we find a way to blame the WoW refugees for all this? I don't blame them one bit. I don't blame them one bit. Like, they are welcome here. Anybody's welcome to play this game. It just, we're in this awkward, awful situation. So the PS5 actually, they with Endwalker, Varix, they actually added support for the PS5 features. So the haptic feedback, they have that. They have the like the the touchpad is supposed to work. It has a speaker and a microphone apparently. So with all that, like the PC version has the PS5 features now. Yeah. What's going to be really interesting though is that how that plays out over the course of the next, couple of years, because Yoshi P isn't going to be sitting here like, like he doesn't do anything like knee jerk. He's like, we're following and we're executing the plan. They set their budgets. The fact that they're getting, he's saying the spare no expense. I think that's essentially a really good telling, but you got to know sometimes the man talks in 6 months increments. Like when somebody's like, when are these queues going to go away? And it's like, first of all, the issue isn't that there's a queue. The issue is that you can't just queue up and like walk away because it could eat you out. And that's not good. Beyond the queue though, the issue is that they're probably not going to be able to expand as fast as we want. Once oceanic servers come online, I think it's going to be a huge help. And then once we see, and then we're still, in my mind, I'm thinking March or April. And it's going to get quieter. It's going to, like, what you'll see here is that as people are just like, they've been starving, right? So you have the surge that has drawn people into the game, that has brought people into the game over the summer. When you had like a lull, like a biggest lull in content we've had in the game's history, especially for veteran players. So you see them playing less, new players playing more. Now here's the kind of them all coming together. I saw somebody and I felt horrible. They're like, I guess this is a bad week to start as a free trial. It's like free trial players aren't a part of this at all. Like, they cannot log in. They do not have priority access. They're just like, hey, no one's really playing, I guess you can play. Now it's not that time. And he's like, oh, it's really bad taste. It's like it's a really good game, but I'm sorry. Like, it's like, they're going to prioritize their paying customers over free trial players. And I think that is the right call. It just sucks because, this is a great time of growth for the game. I'm still mad at Destiny 2. Halo, though, is pissing me off enough with their crap ass, battle progression. And like, I don't mind the battle pass. The fact that it doesn't expire is a good thing. The fact that they've got their whole like modes tied into it, and the fact they don't have a dedicated Slayer mode is just garbage. But I was really hoping, and my hope is that Halo's PvP keeps me from going back to Destiny, because I'm weak. We're below 2K, guys. We did it. We've been streaming how long now? Okay, less than an hour. So all right. Not anymore. Oh, hell no. I get on like normal, like maybe at 4 a.m, but as like 10 and 11 o'clock in the afternoon, like in the morning, queues actually start going up and up and up right now. I like the Division. I got a level cap character. I play with some friends. It's gosh, daggum, Division's good, but I don't know why, man. Like, I'm just waiting for them to do Division 3 and do a whole new reset again. It's like, come on. I don't care that Halo is monopolized. Like, I know I irritate gamers, but MTX doesn't bother me at all. I'm not somebody who spends money on MTX. It's not my currency. It's just not. And so, like, the fact that it exists, I'm like, all right, it's there. You can choose to use it or ignore it if you want. MTX at its core is 100% relationship of trust. Do you trust the developer? Do you trust the publisher more than anything else? If you do, you'll rep. Final Fantasy XIV players rep mount store mounts, right? Because they trust the developer. They want to support the game. That's MTX, right? And so if MTX is evil, then we have a problem here, right? So it's not like MTX isn't evil, but people can use it very poorly. Microtransactions, that's what that stands for. MTX is what you'll see microtransactions ranted about online as a short form. What's up, Ramon? War Monkey, how you doing? Did he finish the queue though? Okay, so I'm at 4 2002s for the night. I had 4 before hitting go live. I was hoping to be live. I had a different thumbnail and title planned, and yeah, here we are. Thanks, Flup. I'll have to go check that out. I'm not gonna do anything other than randomly occasionally move this window and try again. I wonder if the free trial didn't record the reward-winning Heavensward up to level 60 with unlimited playtime. We might have less retention, as many would have dropped off to the AR patch quest. I think Heavensward was a good addition to the free trial. I don't think Stormblood should be added to the free trial. I think that's when, like, if they're going to add Stormblood to the free trial, I would rather them have the game become a buy-to-play with a subscription required for the current 2 expansions, so Endwalker and Stormblood and Shadowbringers. So that way, at least if nothing else, you've given Square Enix like $20, and then you just wouldn't have access to your retainers if you weren't subscribed or something like that, so you couldn't mess with the markets. Yeah, sub 2KQ. All right, if it gets below 1749 is the lowest it's gotten for me. Yeah, so that, like, the free trial players cannot log in right now. It will not let them. They'll say, we'll see you when we see you. All right, we're at current high prog. This is the furthest we've gotten. I hope to goodness we don't get yeeted out at 0.01%. And 2002 error. That's brutal. So there's two things going on. So the data center is what the login has. So it can currently hold, I think it was 17. They're saying they're adding like a dev server. Here's a coffee. Dev server to that, so that it can try to get it up to 2100. Those are the people waiting in line to get into their individual servers. So then once it gets them into their individual servers, their server has their own population control and things like that. That's how I've been kind of, jumping in. I just, the only bright side is that my evenings have been packed. We had my, daughter had a little recital last night. So we went and listened to her sing Christmas carols, which was wonderful. So it's like we've been busy in the evening. So I was like, okay, well they got their update rolling out on Wednesday morning. I'll play. I want to play. I want to hang out. And it's like, all right, maybe I won't get to hang out. Maybe I'll just talk with you guys until the point where I get mad enough that I decide that I want to go. I don't want to rant about this. I don't want to rant about this, especially to this song. Noctis, I love the name, man. Thanks so much for joining as a tier 1 member here on Ginger Prime. I hope you enjoy your badge, your emotes. Also, we got a special rollover for you on the Discord server. Appreciate the support, and welcome to the Soul Legends. Drop below 500, 15 minutes. All right, let's go, Anki. Yeah, free trials like that. That's the thing. I was like, all I can say to them is, I'm sorry, it sucks. Especially for somebody who's like, oh, I hear this game's pretty good. They got a great free trial. People keep praising it. And right now it's like, hi. There's a line, and then once the line is gone, then you can come and approach the door. Thank you very much. Like, that sucks. It sucks if somebody's like, not really knowing, and then maybe they would have played the game, but if they haven't played it by now, if they haven't tried it by now, this is a bad time to start with a free trial. Oh, excuse me. Thanks, Drew. Drew says, hey, Brian, I just wanted to say you're the reason that I started playing. It was really your passion that inspired me. Can't wait to get in tonight. I hope you do, man. Level up your sage with your... I appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoy. I'm so glad I was able to get those out for you guys. That takes, honestly, like I was like, okay, good, it's out. So if anybody needs it, even if I can't play, they can get started. It's not final. These are, these are primers. These are new jobs. They're out. Boom. I don't know if you get refunded for a pre-order, because it's not like the pre-order cost anything extra. However, I do fully expect that they're going to give everybody more than 7 days. Honestly, at this point in time, I think this, you start with 30 days. I think you just say, hey, sucks. 30 days. Boom. That helps cover anybody and their schedules and their holidays and all that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Let me take my time. I'm gonna go off on another adventure and then eventually return. I'm home. Finally decided to finish Endwalker 2023 edition, y'all. Now. So with the Sage right now, I'm really enjoying how it plays. You got to understand it. Like, you got to know that Eucresian is your bread and butter. You know, like that in itself with the heal shield and the instacast, it is so nice. It is so nice. And then everything else is off the global cooldown. Like, the majority of your stuff is OGCD. So if you're hitting your, like, you know, if you hit a good decent rotation order on your like heals, you can keep people up for days. And then essentially you're just going into an attack phase, right? Like, but attacking is, you know, you got a handful of skills, and I like how they work. The one thing with I think it's not Physis 2, it's Phlegma. It's such a short distance. I'm really not tired. I did get up at 4 though, so I'm really not tired. I just don't want to get up and get coffee. I'll get up and get coffee if we log in. All right, I'm in the game. I'll be right back, guys. Coffee time. If you buy Endwalker, do you have to relog to get it to show up? Because I just got through my queue and I'm quickly closing the gap to 80. And I don't want to lose any progress to be null after 80. Oh man, how close are you? I wouldn't. If you log, you're done for the night. Shoot, if you log, you're done for the night. I don't know if you have to relog. Honestly, like what I would do, you know, who knows? Maybe you'll win. Like when we're not close, so it'd be kind of wild if that happened. But 159 of 200, so we would need a lot of new members. But we give it. If we were there, it's like, man, it'd be crazy if like here's the code, here's your code, go enter it in and let me know if you need to relog or something like that. But I would honestly say that, you know, buy the game, play, and when you're done, log, and then that way when you log back in, no matter what, you got Endwalker, you ready to rock and roll. I'm not tired. I need some coffee though. Palm with another 2 spot. Thank you so much, man. You've been very generous tonight, dude. You do not feel like you have to drop that. I will do my best to read everybody's comment. Thank you so much for the support from Julie and myself. Thank you very much. It's gonna help make the season bright. Yeah, as a parent, like that's how I game. Like I game in these weird spots, and I never want people to feel like, you know, oh man, Brian, like, you know, like, hey, I'm part of the Discord. When are we playing? It's like, we'll play on scheduled nights, because typically when I get on, it's like, you know, the sun hasn't come up, kids are still asleep. I have like an hour I can just play undisturbed. That's how I do it. That's how I do my bread and butter. Jug with a tier 1. Enjoy your badge, enjoy your emotes. Thank you so much for the support from both me and my wife. We thank you and appreciate you. If you're a part of the Discord, you should have a special role when it does a little syncaroo. And we've got some stuff planned for members as well. Yes, shit. Okay, so Mikey did end up having a pretty gnarly ear infection. So he's on antibiotics right now, and then once he's done, the doctor said they wanted to see him back, you know, for that as well. So, but he's sleeping through the night. You know, he's not like obviously in pain, so the medication's working. Medication's working for Elizabeth as well. So she had an ear infection. So I had 2 kids with ear infections, and like, you know, in my family, ear infections just mess us up. My dad can't even walk if he gets an ear infection. It's just messes with our equilibrium. Oh man, I'm not tired. I just need some more candy. I don't want to go to bed. Just let me eat candy all night and watch cartoons. Not today. Reaper feels really good. I'm enjoying the quest line for Reaper as well. Yeah. Well, thankfully they're on the mend, Ronnie. Thankfully they're on the mend. And, you know, so at its core, Reaper feels good. I'm really enjoying Sage. I finished the Sage storyline, and if you guys are interested, over on Facebook, I think this is it. I post exclusive videos, so I actually have been posting my my storied quest lines over there for the different jobs. So if you've already done them and you're curious as to my approach to them, I've got them over on my Facebook gaming page. Final Fantasy IX on iOS. I actually also have all the pixel remasters and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to make some time and sit down with Maddie and her and I are gonna have to start playing those pixel remasters. I'm gonna have to figure out. I think it was probably like it's maybe in a couple years she'll be ready for it. I think there probably are a lot of sages in Boja. I've gotten paired up with them. Usually they're the healers that I'm running with when I'm not a healer. And it's a mixed bag right now. I think it's people starting to try to learn it and figure it out and go from there. Thanks, Nate. Thank you. Final Fantasy XIV DS version is your favorite, so I'm super hyped to see it and all its references they made in Endwalker. I'm just kind of curious. Final Fantasy IV was the first Final Fantasy that I fell in love with. GameSig, thank you so much for the tier 1 membership. I really appreciate that support. Enjoy your badge, enjoy your emotes, enjoy your rollover in Discord. Also be keeping an eye out on the community page for whenever I post member stuff. I've got some ideas. And we'll hopefully have some fun with it. At least you're still in queue. This is officially attempt number 5 for me tonight. I did 4 before. Like I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep myself in queue. Julie needed the computer at 8 o'clock. So I was like, okay, cool. Sam go Burr. Yeah, I've gotten it. This is attempt 5, so there's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 4 times tonight. 4 times tonight. Been brutally executed by 2002. Oh, nice. Yeah, I played Final Fantasy 1 and did not like it. I was a Dragon Warrior kid. I got Dragon Warrior with my subscription in Nintendo Power. And I fell in love with it. I love Dragon Warrior, aka Dragon Quest, to this day. That's why it's like, man, I wish we had Dragon Quest X. Let's go. But it is what it is. And no, but it was Final Fantasy IV, aka 2, that I really fell in love with. I really fell in love with that game. And Final Fantasy 3, aka 6, comes out after that. Really fantastic. Really fantastic. All right, guys. Prayer hands in chat for 12. Demionic. I'm probably butchering the name. Let's get some prayer hands in chat. Let's see if he can beat this Q boss. Oh, Final Fantasy Chronicles. Yeah. Chrono Trigger, such a good game. Yes. Dual Brian's right here. Dual Brian Nintendo Power kids right there. I love it. Oh, you guys are the best. Let's just keep dropping those prayer hands. Let's see if we can also get prayer hands sub 1,000 for me. Let's go. Let's go. Because I can get some water. I can get some coffee. If I'm actually logged into the game. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII was such a huge iconic thing. So I played sports in high school and in college. And in middle school I was like, I was picked on pretty fiercely. I don't know why it's like, there we go. Picked on pretty fiercely, and so like I never really fit in. I do remember like some of the guys on the basketball team and on the football team talking about Phantasy Star 4. I was like, oh man, they're really liking that. I was like, oh, I love JRPGs. This is great. So we were able to kind of bond over that. And then it was Final Fantasy VII that all of a sudden I was like, all right, people are playing the games that I love. all of a sudden Final Fantasy VII, I remember being on the bus and we're heading either to or from a game, can't remember what direction, but all the kids were talking about Final Fantasy VII. Oh my gosh, have you made it to this part? And it was finally something I could really talk about. My dad, in all his wisdom, like really kind of helped me get out of my shell. And part of that was like, he would just, we're playing sports. So I love soccer, I love baseball. I did not love football, and I really hope my sons don't want to play football. But at its core, it was just like it was like 6 was probably my favorite out of like that generation. When we look at like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 9, 7, like definitely like great games. But 7 was the first time. Sub 1000. Let's keep it going. I don't know why these messages are being held for review. Either way, but 7 was the first time I actually kind of felt like it was okay to be like me and just kind of like, oh yeah, let's talk about 7 and nerd out about it, right? It's great because it was like, it was something, like video games weren't what they are today. There weren't like people trying to be these, like these big personalities and all that bull crap, So it's like, it's different. I feel like it's definitely different today. Like, just with the fact that I remember my parents are like, there was cartoons drawn about like, hopeful parents watching, their kid, like, oh, we'll save the princess, $100,000 a year job and things like that. And it's like, like they're memeing on it. Like kids are spending all this time playing these video games. What are they going to do with their lives? For me, it drove me into learning how to program video games. Like it learned me how to become a programmer and write software. Like outside of the fact that like years later after that, I'm, making videos and stuff like that, as a hobby. That's a lot of fun. And I have an amazing community that shows up and supports me and my wife. I mean, that's the legit thing. Like my wife sees the green names and she's like, maybe you should stream. You should go stream for them. I'm like, okay, I'll go play some video games. Yeah, easy breezy. But outside of that, like, it was just like, yeah, it was just, I guess people thinking, and they've always kind of tried to discount gamers, they've always tried to discount us. I have all of those. So essentially my thought is just trying to find time to do so. And until I finish Endwalker, there's really not much else. I'm level 51 in New World. So I want to get to 60. So that'll probably happen in, after I cap Endwalker. So, yeah, it's just, it is what it is. You never know, man. Like there's some stuff there that like guitar, like a Pong or whatever. Gamers will find a way. Gamers will find a way to make things interesting. That's the thing about it that's fun, right? You start taking the tools and you start like experimenting with them and you find different and unique ways to approach the game. Thanks again so much for the 203 likes on the stream, everybody. I appreciate that support. I think and hope that if anybody's doing anything like that, that they get caught. And then, because it's like, I understand, because a part of the problem with the queue is also the fear that you won't get back in. So you want to try to avoid any potential from getting logged out. Game Sick with a 3 spot. Thank you so much for that support. Gamers for the win. Gamers got to stick together. That is a fact. 13. I wish some of the things that from 13.2 was brought into 13. There was, once you got to Grand Pulse 13, I like the stagger system, but the fact that like if like lightning died, that's it. Like no. Like let's like look at 13.2 without having that time travel bullcrap. The thing that 13 lost me at 13.2 was how everybody knew that there was some kind of like paradox. Oh, dude, here's your, and you just look over there, that paradox. Like if you're not traveling through time, you don't know it's a paradox. Like, oh man, that was some BS. But 13 was a victim of the PlayStation 2's success. 13 was a victim of the PlayStation 2's success. Square Enix did not, and nor were they ready for that 360 PS3 generation. They didn't have the infrastructure in place. They didn't know the roadmap, how long it would take. They bit off way more than they can chew. You get to Grand Pulse, and that was actually, I thought that was pretty stellar. But that was what, 30 hours into the game. Then all of a sudden you're like, wow. Wait, this is what's possible? Yeah. 13 is best thought of as a beautiful mess. That being said, I'm glad they finally just got done with that. When they announced 13.3, Lightning's Returns or whatever, like, I was like, no. I beat 13, 13.2. I actually was like enjoying the battle system changes, but I really wish there was a third character rather than some monster collection mini game. And then eventually I was like, that's it, I'm out. Like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this story anymore. I can't take these characters anymore. 12 though, I think 12 is phenomenal. And I think 12 has this better timelessness to it. How Lightning got her groove back. Yeah, David G, absolutely, 100%, man. Like 12 has this thing where you're like, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is genius. No, Drew. So sorry, man. I am so sorry, dude. Tactics, oh, so good. And the rumored remake or remaster of Tactics, it would be great, especially if it was on PC. Seems like things are moving in a direction from all the different leaks. Until it's official, though, I'm not holding my breath, There is a limit to rested XP. There is a rested XP cap, but it varies based off your level. So if you're fully like have rested XP on one level and you drop to a lower level, you'll notice that it might not seem as full. Yeah, trust don't res, man. Trust don't res. I love 10 too, man. Chris was just more of a 10 kid. Same reason, like Chris has a fond love for WoW, because like WoW was there for him, like through this crazy time in his life, and I get it, right? Like I get it. But no, I really enjoyed 10 too. I thought that was great. I love the combat system. It was so much faster. I'd love to, like, what I'd love to play again, like in a fun way. I'd love to play Tactics Ogre, March of the Black Queen. I'd love to play Final Fantasy Tactics. I'd love to see it, but I'd like to see it really brought into like a modern sense. Yeah, Crumb Cake, I think it's the right of it. Honestly, I've said this before, and it's just that I just feel like there's some people who are pot committed so hard on it, in the sense that it's like they defended it, and it's like now you've got like this woman, killing herself because of sexual abuse, more sexual abuse, just more problems with this company. And it's a big company, right? Like it's a big company. We tend to try to think and try to personalize a company like, oh, this is this whole entity. It's like there's good people who work for companies, there's good people who work for bad companies, and bad people who work for good companies. However, and this isn't against like SkillUp, but SkillUp tweeted this talking about like his struggle and how should he review Call of Duty, and it's like, and there's an existential crisis, and that comes in the form of this like economy that has these friction points, right? I don't blame, SkillUp for putting out a review on Call of Duty, because maybe he can communicate something to somebody who's like interested in that game and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't play this game because the company's, but that logic really doesn't work with gamers, because good game armor will excuse any kind of human crisis issues. Like, that was the best game I played, and they only had to kill 10 people to get that out the door. Man, their sacrifice definitely worth it. Like, good game armor will, like, everybody be like, well, did they really kill 10 people, or did they just like disappear? Do we know they're dead? I haven't seen the bodies. Like, good game armor will protect you, like, from the worst of the worst. The thing is that Blizzard's use that good game armor and use that will up, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it turns out like they've been pretty bad. You know, and the thing is that Bobby makes that company tons of money. So the only way that he leaves is that if it looks like that he's actively going to hurt their, you know, that money and his money in that regards, because he's financially invested. But when it comes to creators who like build their support around a game, it's like, you know, like I don't expect Yoshi P or Final Fantasy or Square Enix to kind of go that direction. I hope not, but like if it did, I would be okay. I would be fine. I mean, I would be hurt, but it's not like, oh God, you know, like how am I going to pay for Maddie's books? And ooh, man, I gotta talk about Final Fantasy today. You know, like no. Like at that point in time, like I'm not hitting go live. At that point in time, I'm just going to upload something else if I want to talk about something else, you know? And by, like, if anybody's been subscribed here for any period of time, you know that I do that. I talk about the games and stuff that I want to talk about. Screw the algorithm. I mean, there's so many people in the planet, Brian. Come on now. I'm just like, sorry. See, my heart goes out to all the people who have had to leave WoW after 15 years, 16 years, 17 years. Like that's got to be painful. And so like to all of them, to all of you who've had to do that, who've had to separate from that environment, I'm so sorry. That sucks. I've cried during the 14 story. I weeped during the Dragon Quest 11 story. Really looked at me. She's like, why aren't you streaming this? I was like, I don't know, but I didn't. So it is what it is. And to a degree, that can be true, right? Like when you, as a massive company, like when people were like, oh man, we're going to take down, you know, free to play games and microtransactions. And they're all over here, like with their billions of dollars annually going like, oh man, I'm sorry that we didn't lose your business because you weren't going to play our game in the first place. You know? So like there are some Goliaths out there that, you know, it's kind of like, all right, man, let's your time. Like, if you want to rage against that, like, machine, you rage against that machine. Good luck. I'm going to go over here. 11. That's awesome. That's awesome. You cried in 11. But, Angel, in that regards, like, I have not played Endwalker. I do not know anything I do not want to know if you enjoyed the expansion, if you didn't enjoy the expansion. I don't want to know if you had a special zone, or I don't want to know that when I hit that zone, or that moment that you enjoyed, that was your favorite moment. I just, you know, we'll have a special stream with Chris, who will be reacting to my live gameplay of the expansion. So that way, you know, y'all can have those conversations there. So that link is actually in the description over for Work to Game on Twitch. And in January, I'm going to be streaming on Fridays. I'm going to be handling the Friday spot over on Twitch. So if you guys follow over there, that'd be awesome. You know, Chris and I share the Work to Game, and yeah, and so then we'll still be doing like community nights and things like that here on YouTube, like Fridays and stuff like that. How do I rate 15? Okay, so Tundra, are you counting 15 as just the base game, or are we talking about all the expansions, the movie, and everything like that? How do you define 15? And if anybody said anything spoilery, if I have a mod that can delete that, I haven't actually seen it. So just note that, like, I actually do scan, like the phrase, like, I don't think this is a spoiler, or, and it's like, all right, not reading the rest of that. I cried in 15. Okay, base 15 is a 6. Royal Edition bumps it up to a 7, maybe an 8. Like, but you gotta have the movies. You gotta watch the trailers. You gotta watch, like, when you take all of 15 into play, I could definitely give it an 8. I actually enjoyed it. I'm very excited for 16. Was it everything it needed to be? Absolutely not. And the fact is that they had this universal plan. So if you go and consume all of 15, which I haven't finished all of the DLC, like Arden's still out there for me. And honestly, it's been 5 years, right? Like, it's been 5 years. I wouldn't mind replaying 15. And they have a new game plus option. Maybe I can do that. Well, I'll think it through. As much I want to play so many games I want to play, so little time. Like, what am I even thinking? I still haven't beat Tales of Arise, and absolutely adore that. I've had a great experience with Tales so far. Yeah, I think base 15 is a 6. I think that's actually sounds about right. The funny thing about reviews, though, when we talk about a 10-point scale, is that there's really only 3 points. 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, if a game's not in an 8, 9, or 10, like, it's just, that or it's a 1. I guess maybe out of a 10-point scale, there's really only like 4 points. Like, if anything that you rate at like a 6 or a 7, you're like, might as well be garbage. It's like, no, that's a good, like, they did a good job. Not like like mind blowing. I used to be a review snob. I used to be like, I'm not gonna play a game unless it's got at least a 9 point whatever or higher. And I missed out on a lot of games that way, and I get it when you're sitting here with like, I only have a limited time, limited money. Where should I put that? Where should I put my money in that? Yeah, so far 4,000 down, 1.5 hours later, 466. Guys, prayer hands in chat, please. Prayer hands in chat. Because the thing that more than, oh yeah, we're under 400. Oh gosh, man, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. If I can get in, I can actually go get myself some water and a coffee, and we can actually play some video games tonight, guys. This will be a non-spoiler stream. I'm not stepping into Endwalker's story until the 17th of December. We've got that already scheduled here on the channel. I'll have probably a more official announcement. That stream we'll probably open it up non-members only. That stream will then go to a members only. So that way I don't run the risk of somebody trying to come in and ruin the story, because I cannot do a mode only chat here on YouTube. But I would suspect that more than anything else, I doubt someone's going to come and give me $1 just to be like, meh, 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 meh. So there's nothing I can spoil for you. I have not stepped into Endwalker one bit. I'm very much looking forward to doing that, and that's going to happen on the 17th of December. Just remember, level 2002 death has a 90% chance to hit. I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just keep those prayer hands flowing in chat, guys. Gosh, I want to beat this boss so bad. Final Fantasy XV is better than 13. I love the characters. Noctis dresses a little bit moody so that later in the story, when he kind of gets his new little outfit, he takes on his better persona, or what he was meant to be. I actually really enjoyed that look. So once I got that look unlocked, that's what I rocked. I was like, all right. But I loved the brotherhood that they had. I really did. And I know there's some people, and I thought it was more just clickbait. Maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But it's like, I enjoyed 10 too. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was an all-female cast. Like, I don't care. Stories have different and a wide range of characters, right? The story they were telling was this brotherhood, right? Like, this was a focus in on the brothers, these guys, and it's like guys and how they act differently. And when like females were introduced into the story, that changed how they acted. Like, I thought that was all really well done, but somebody was like, oh, they don't, it's like, I don't think that's it. Like, I don't think everything's got to be an issue. But you know, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong if you've, you know, found that frustrating that there was just 4 guys. Like my preferred Final Fantasies are ones that I create my own characters, right? You know, I enjoy that. Obviously, like with the online games, that's absolutely what it is. But yeah. Welcome back, Terry. People are. I've actually hit the 2002 boss 4 times. This is attempt number 5. In an hour and a half, we've gone from 5K or whatever down to 243. So I'm just asking for prayer hands in chat, and I don't know why YouTube decides to be like, meh. I've been approving those additional prayer hands. I've discovered a new recipe. I even like the multiplayer. The only problem with the multiplayer was it was daggum impossible to get a party together for doing content, and it took forever. Like, I just want to queue up, like, just let me queue up for whatever, all the content. I don't need to keep going back to town. Let me just run mission after mission after mission rather than spend all my time in loading. Like, nobody wants that. $243. See, I haven't finished the Arden DLC. See, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12. I beat 12, 13, beat all those. You know, 14, I guess, technically beaten it multiple times. Sub 100. This is the zone, right? This is where they said, like, as they let people in, random 25 people have been getting yeeted out. So, hold. I'm really looking forward to 16. I am really looking forward to 16. Speaking of which, guys, there is a special pizza mode if you guys order through Grubhub tomorrow with the code Endwalker. Have I played any of the classics? Yes, I have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I played all the mainline Mystic Quest as well. The I never beat 2. I never beat 3. I beat 4. I never beat 5, but I got like so far into it, and then I lost my save, and I was like, ah. So that's something that I'd like to go back and just like beat. Beat 6, beat 7, never beat 8. Got to disc 4. All that, like 3 times I've gotten to disc 4. You know, save gets lost. Now I have it like on Xbox, so it's like shouldn't. You know, it's cloud backup, so I should probably like try to finish that. Beat 9, beat 10, beat 10 2. I guess technically I beat 11. I don't know. I guess I don't know how you beat the online ones. Beat 12, beat 13. Did not quit 13-2. Did not play 13-3. 14, yes. Beat 15. Not all the DLC though. And then I will. I'm very much looking forward to 16. I do not have a PS5, but y'all were so generous to help support me, and I got a PS5 controller that we'll test out for Final Fantasy XIV. This will be a good kind of gauge because I use the Xbox Elite Series 2, so I'll have this control and I'll have the PS5 control, so then I can kind of let you know like my thoughts on it. I think I was using official Sony memory cards, but it wasn't that they got corrupted. It was literally I think I lost the card when we were moving, or you know, sometimes like with physical games, I probably had a couple of friends that were probably not the best of friends. They might have just walked away with the game or something like that, or like we'd have a party and you know, like, oh no, like what happened? It's gone. I like how it feels. Like it immediately feels good out the gate. I do automatically miss the fact that I don't have back paddles. I love that about my Series 2, because I love the back paddles for tab targeting. But yeah, I didn't have an extra USB cord, so I was like, I didn't have it plugged in. I'm like, I'm not gonna be messing with my setup tonight at all. Yeah, I like the offset sticks, but that's the thing. Like my hope is that gaming's future is that you can, because like you see that with xCloud and Stadia and GeForce Now, like, oh, we're in. I think. Yes, we did it. We beat the Q boss. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. Oh, the keyboard attachment's great. I love the keyboard attachment. Works great for this. Works great for New World. I love it. I freaking love it. Yes. I need coffee and water. Like, I was not going to get up. I was not getting up to find out that I couldn't get in. Not gonna play that game. Close that out. Don't need them open. All right. Perfect sauce. Perfect sauce. All right, duty. Let me just see what we got duty finder wise. Oh yeah, guild has DPS. Alliance raid. I've already gotten you knocked out. DPS guild has. Interesting. Then I got dungeons to run as a tank. All right, guys, give me 1 sec. I got to get some water in me. I'll be right back. Thank you guys so much for the prayer hands. Thank you so much for that, like all that support. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm gonna turn down the music. I'm gonna actually turn back up the game music. I had to system mute because I was like, all right. So, if anybody is in, no worries if you're not. I've literally feel you. Know exactly what you went through. Let me switch over to my tank. Let's see here. Let me look at my jobs real quick. Paladin is 81. So let's see here. Sorry, just 1 second. Cool. All right, let's see here. What tank should I put it on today? Let's go with Dark Knight. See if there's any adjustments to the skills that I need. Don't think so. Either way. All right. Duty Finder. Do a leveling roulette. I'll do a recruit members. And let's say here. All omit. Okay. They all. Let's see here, and let's do private party. 999. 9999, and there we go. Recruiting members is up. So, if you want to come along, I'll take either a healer, DPS, or 2 DPSs. I'm only going to take 3 because I want this adventure in need bonus. I'm not going to lie. All right, we got 1. Zane coming in as Reaper. You don't like the cyber setting in modern FFs? That's why I'm really excited about 16, because it looks like it's going more to that, you know, classic high fantasy. Good night, Power. Okay. Get some rest. Hopefully tomorrow, hopefully things can just get better. The fact is sitting and babysitting a queue is just, it's just not going to be, that's not going to be sustainable. All right, I'll give you guys another minute, and then we're gonna knock that as much out as we can. What's up, Tarka? Q Walker, I finally beat the boss. Finally, 4 2002s, multiple things. I think I've been in queue since probably since 4:30. Been in queue since 4:30. Password's 9999 if you want to join. Oh, all things are tanks right now. Well, there's no way I could actually spoil anything for you, Decoy. I mean, I haven't even unlocked any of that stuff at all. Like, I literally have not stepped into Endwalker. So keep chat, no spoilers, please. And I'll go ahead and queue, and if you guys want to join us for the next round, you just let me know. What is the end game item level going to be? I'm 505. So I bet it kicks off, I think 530 was that. So he had another 100 levels, another 120. So, you know, 630, 650, something like that. Who knows? Anything can change. Yeah, you got to be on the Aether data center. You got to be on the Aether data center. Oh, man, they had a DPS, I guess, sleep at the wheel. They had a DPS to sleep at the wheel. The official launch has already happened for the game. The game's officially out. Do this. I'm not used to that. Not being like it's macro, dadgummit. I don't know if I like the fact that I'm not getting XP on these kills. It all just kind of funnels into the boss. Still don't fully understand why that's the case. Oh, 79 EQ. Hopefully you make it. Prayer hands in chat. We got another one about to enter into the fray. Oh, that's right. Those share a recast timer now. I was like, oh no. Carven Split and Abysmal Drain. Okay, we're gonna have to make some changes. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Healer's doing an excellent job. We can do Carven Split. Yes, we got another one in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some definite adjustments to my layout. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, Sandra got in. Multiple people beating the Q boss tonight. Man, that is such good news. Love how this does not break combos. There we go. I'm used to that breaking combos. Oh, nuts. Dean, thank you so much for that membership, man. Welcome to the Soul Legends, and enjoy your new badge, enjoy your emotes. And if you're part of the Discord, hopefully you enjoy your new role over there. Really appreciate that support, man. Appreciate that. What are they doing? What have they got us going? Ah! That's Brian. Come on. Awesome. So that gave me 227,000 for that first, I guess, windowed pool. That's good news. Out of, I need, but just under 6 million at that level. So obviously starting off just under just under 300 or 385. See ultimately how much a single dungeon run 71 gets me. Oh, they slow me down, like it feels slow. Oh, dadgummit. Oh no. Where's my, there it is. The healer DC or something? Okay. Weird. What's going on, Kurt? Oh, what's your problem? What's the challenge you're having with macros? Might not be able to help you out this second, but maybe we can do something after the dungeon. Well, thanks. Yeah, my the more members we get, the more streams I think ultimately you guys get. My wife feels guilty. She's like, "Like, go play some video games." Okay. Okay. Why did they ask me twice? These last two? The last two? Oh, I should do that. Move that dark side. All right, Nerian's in. Perfect. Oh yeah, they put a nasty slow on me. Put that slow right back on them. Oh, that's I got that slow got taken off. I was like, goodness gracious, that's brutal. Yep. Oh man, I was determined. I was like, can I actually beat the boss? Ah, it's hard. It's a hard boss, man. Always been casting. Always be casting. Trying to every time you can. Just put something out. Put something out. Hello there, my fellow Kryptonian. How are you today? All right, if our Reaper can go ahead and LB this guy, because we're already at one full bar and it ain't going any higher, we can start filling it up for the next pack. All right, 150, count it down. Let's go. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Eat a ball. Oh yeah, streamer privilege. Oh man, yeah, because it's true. I lost to the boss 4 times before it didn't go live. That'd be nuts. That'd be really concerning. That'd be really concerning. I did. We beat the Q boss. It was crazy. And thank you for the 259 likes, guys. I appreciate that support, man. Have a good night, fandom. Thanks for hanging out with me while I was fighting that boss. There we go. There we go. Oh, are we post peak now? Is that kind of what solved that problem? I guess East Coast is offline. We're going offline. Well, it is what it is. Oh, your first day of 2002? I'm so sorry. That sucks, man. Thanks, Omnislash. Hopefully you have a good night. Oh, that's good. Taking full advantage of your day, absolutely. Hopefully you learned something from that textbook. Lady was there, only got 2002 on Sunday. All right. So far, we're a little under 1 million experience. "21 people, the devastation." Like, oh man, how will you ever say? Yeah, good Reaper. I've gotten, I don't know, have I gotten mine? I'll have to check, I haven't looked. The pre-order bonuses, if you registered the pre-order code, should be there. Yeah, there's two codes. There's a pre-early code, and then there's a game registration code. Yes, I got my pre-order bonuses right away. Now my collector's edition, that should, I registered my code today, so that should be what's in my mailbox. Well, what was done with this one? I think so. And even if you're a free trial, you'll get 7 days once you register a copy. Oh yeah, the motorcycle with and he's increased speed every time. Every time. All right. I believe I started off at 0, but maybe it was a little more or less. Just at 2.4 mil, so almost 2.5. So that's 11 we were at with that dungeon at that level. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Good God, it's already 11. Jeez, like that's the worst thing. Like, let's see here. If anybody else wants in, just raise your hand and I'll let you know. Let me go ahead and do a duty finder for the 50, 60, 70, 80. Namely because I am already feeling tired. Like, holy smokes. holy smokes. And so a lot of time to get in, and then it's like, wow, now it's the crash. All right, fun dungeon. Like, I'm not tired. Like, oh man, when I start blinking all and over, I'm just gonna do what I do. I can only do what I can do. No point in trying to make tomorrow suck because today sucked. You know, my thing is that if I can get these guys knocked out, then I'm gonna feel much less pressure for tomorrow. And like trying to get all these little things to, you know, that add up. Like these daily bonuses are great, you know, to ride in the you know, the adventure in need queue. Like, yeah. I'm not tired. I swear. Dude, the music in this game, especially this dungeon, is phenomenal. I'm not calling it just yet. I'm just saying, like, get on, play a little bit. I thought about making the coffee, and then I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. So I just drank some water. Woo! Arg. I'm gonna get raised. No! Ah. So you want to, like, I did the early access first because I put that in already, and then today I did the actual like registration code. Okay, good to know. I have not turned that. Haven't turned that off yet, but I won't be going into the new zones until the 17th. So no spoilers in chat. I don't even want to know if you like the zones, if you like, as best you can. And I know I apologize. This is a big ask that I'm having, you know, for the community. So I do appreciate all y'all. Oh, I love the quest accepted sound too. Like, it's just like, oh man, heck yeah. so much. Yeah, sit down. Oh yeah, like Reaper and Sage. I don't know if I want Sage to be a little bit stronger. I'll be curious to see how I feel about it at level 90. So it won't take. I don't think it'll take me too long for now. I don't think it's gonna take me too long, but I enjoy it absolutely. Reaper, I think right now, is absolute show stealer. Oh, I love, yeah, you're 100% right. Just being able to just in and out, just zip around with Reaper. The trade-off is that you don't have an always instant cast that I'm aware of this level. I haven't decided yet where I fall on the other healers now. Oh, maybe I'll get to spend some time with the other healers this week, and so I can, you know, like again, like I said, I'm shooting to until I can get into the actual Endwalker zones. Just, you know, shooting to get all the jobs to like 81, and you can go from there. So, Gypsy, did you see that I also posted that setup as just a set of macros that you can just copy and run, and that way it sets up the bar automatically for you? One of the things I'm going to be doing with all the guides is literally just to also give you guys macros, so that way, rather than having to set it up manually, you can just kind of like, you know, run it, and then you can make adjustments as needed. So, it's, if you haven't seen that, the macros will be attached to a Google Doc that will be pinned in the top comment of those videos. Yes, Tom's in. Oh, that's great fly. 88 and Q, let's go, Gypsy. Oh, I still can't plunge. Yep, and that. Oh, long days, man. This is what's called Pharaoh Cirrus, level 50 dungeon, part of the Realm Reborn. There's a hard mode to this as well. Yeah, I'm gonna give it my all. See what I can get done after this dungeon. There's so much I wanted to do. There's so much I wanted to do. All right, John, getting there. You're getting there. Hopefully you're not like me and just kind of like finally get online and you're like, now I need to go to bed. All right, congratulations, Sean, on finishing Shadowbringers. It's amazing. I won't be starting Endwalking until the 17th, so if you're ahead of me, just note that we've got that plan. I wanted to stream my entire Shadowbringers experience. I wish I had my 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 experiences captured that way, but that wasn't even really a thing back in the day. Back in my day. And right in there. Ooh. Bacon chamber. What? Come on, John. Get in there, man. Get in there. Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you. Oh yeah. Getting those challenge dog stuff as well. Excellent, excellent. Let me check my mail. Here we go. Death Scythe, Carry on Horn, wind up, Column. All right, now. All right, let's see, Duty Finder. Do a trial. We'll do a trial. Hey, Wes is on. Woot woot. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Let's go. Titan. Man, I remember when this was the gate. Normal Titan, I remember this used to be the gate, dude. John's in, guys. Awesome. Yeah, I can literally feel myself falling asleep right now. And thanks, guys, for the 277 likes. I appreciate that. Hopefully, this has been a helpful evening of just hanging out, letting me in some frustrations. Thanks for helping me beat the boss. Getting in the game for the first evening since Stone Blood. Alright. Woo, bonuses acquired. Bonuses acquired. That's actually kind of the important thing. I try to just, right now, I'm really focusing in on, if I go to Duty Finder, like whenever I have these different bonuses, I'm just really looking to see what it has here. So if this had, Summoner, DPS, I'd go Summon. Like, it's just like, just trying to fill in the gap and take advantage of any of these adventure and need options right here. Like, this is just free experience, free gold. We're just doing that. These are nice to collect too, but I've already run my alliance roulade. That's it. We're gonna call it. Thanks, guys, for being here. Love you faces. I will see you hopefully soon. And then until then, guys, y'all have a great week. Take care.